Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I am your science teacher Aruj Jafar and we are studying unit number 1, the brain and nerves. As in the previous lectures, we have studied about the brain, the parts of brain, the nerves and the reflex actions. The topic of our today's lecture is sense organs. As you already know that there are 5 senses: sense of sight, hearing, smell, touch and taste. So our body has 5 sense organs which are responsible to detect all these 5 senses. And we are going to study all these 5 sense organs in today's lecture. Our first sense organ is eye. The eyes are set in sockets in the skull. They are protected by the bones in the skull and the eyelids of the skin. As you can see in this diagram, the colored part of the eye is iris. The pupil allows the light to enter the eye. According to the diagram, the pupil is actually a hole in the center of the iris through which the light enters. The cornea is the transparent front part which covers the iris, pupil and the inner part. The lens focuses the picture on a screen called retina. This retina is connected to the optic nerve. The optic nerve carries message to the brain and our brain detects what we are watching. Our second sense organ is our nose. Smells are the chemicals which dissolve on the moist lining on nostrils. As you know that the inside of your nose is a little moist, so the smell in the form of chemicals is dissolved on this moist lining. This moist lining has a lot of nerves. These nerves carry message to the brain and your brain detects what you are smelling. It also tells you whether the smell is pleasant or not. You can also use your nose to breathe. The sense organ on the number 3 is the ear. Outer ear directs the vibration to the eardrum. Eardrum is a very thin membrane. Sound vibrations pass on to the inner ear where the nerves carry message to the brain. And the brain detects what are you hearing and whether you have heard the sound before or not. The fourth sense organ is tongue. There are many taste buds on your tongue, and these taste buds are sensitive to the chemicals in the food. They send signals to the brain. The tongue detects different tastes like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Do you know what umami tastes like? Umami is the taste that you feel when you eat meat. The meaty flavor, that soury flavor, is that flavor which is called umami. Now your last sense organ is your skin. The skin enables you to feel. You can feel heat, cold, pain, pressure and touch. There are thousands of receptor cells in your skin. The receptor cells in the skin send information to the brain about the things we touch. And for each sensation we have different type of the receptor cells. As you can see in the diagram, the outermost layer of the skin is epidermis, and below epidermis there is dermis, and below dermis there is a fat layer. So skin has 3 layers: epidermis, dermis and the fat layer. Now what you have to do is that you have to do this home assignment. You have to make 5 columns on your notebook, each with the see, smell, hear, taste and touch. And you can see the words given below. You have to write these words in appropriate group with the right answer. For example, the first word is radio. What you do with the radio? You hear different sounds that are coming out of the radio. So you will write this radio under the column here. And similarly, you will solve rest of the words. You will send your assignments to me on this email ID or on the WhatsApp group in which all of you are added. If you have any type of questions, you can ask me anytime at this email ID. So students, that was all about the today's lecture. Till next time, Allah Hafiz.